Ryan, a huge congratulations on signing a new 3-year contract. You must be really pleased to extend your time here.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I've really enjoyed my time since I signed for the club, and hopefully, obviously, can get a few more players over the line and add to an already decent team and improve on last year, which is the main thing. So this team, I think, needs success over the next couple of years, and hopefully, I can be influential to that.
And there's no secret this is your club. It must be a very proud day for your close family too.
Yeah, all my family are buzzing to get a couple more free tickets, don't they? So, but yeah, it's obviously made no secret about it. It's the people who come to the games are my people. Obviously, my family are really proud, and seeing them in the stands every week is pretty special. So, no place I'd rather be.
And just tell me how special it is for a lad who used to be sat in the shed cheering on his heroes to now wear that badge on the pitch and represent everyone off it.
Yeah, my brother texted me something similar. Also, because me and him used to go to the games together when we was younger, so it probably doesn't really sink in yet. I'll probably, when I finish my career, that'll be one of the proudest moments, knowing that I've kind of fulfilled a dream. To extend my stay is brilliant, but just to play one game was pretty special for me and my family, because no one can kind of take that away from me. So that was my dream as a kid, to play for Salford. So when I did that, it was definitely a dream fulfilled. So it's nice to extend the stay a bit longer. And
just leaning on that, you took the captain's armband for our game against Catalans midway through last season. Is it possible to describe the real emotion of that moment?
Yeah, just a mad one really, because it's funny, I was speaking to my agent on my agency here today, but the journey what we spoke about probably 3 or 4 years ago now, when that probably felt so far away to captain a Super League club, never mind it being my boyhood club. Just felt so far away, but I've got a lot of special people around me who protect me and support me in them situations when things are not going so well. So it's funny that we did. I did speak to my agent about that sort of stuff, and it's nice for it to come full circle and not just get the recognition, but again something what people can't take away from you when you're captain your boyhood club. Not many players get that opportunity, so I would have preferred the result to be a little bit better. Bit of a nightmare result on the field, but certainly a moment what can't be taken away from me, and one I'm really proud of.
Personally, we spoke a lot about 2023 being the best year of your career. Now you've had time to reflect. Why do you think your performances were such a consistent high level?
Probably just the maturity, I think, and I can probably reference my agent again, but man in the mirror type moment. I think when you strip it all back and not overcomplicate stuff, I think once you realise who you are as a person, as a player, I think it makes you a lot better. And I think obviously Paul Roll is influential to that in what he does for me, and there's not been a coach out there who's got the best out of me like he has. So I don't know how he does it, but he pushes all the right buttons to make sure I perform week in, week out. And he had a chat with me before the season started and said you gain respect from your defence. So all pre-season, that was kind of what I focused on, making sure my defence was good every week, and hopefully the attack kind of worried about itself. So I think the defence part of it is purely an attitude thing. I don't think it's a case of technique or a tactical element of being a good defensive fullback. I just think it's an attitude thing, and when he kind of put it to me that you only get respect from your teammates and your peers and externally from your defence, it certainly hit home. So it was an area that I wanted to improve, and I think if you're good defensively, the rest of your game kind of takes care of itself. So that was my main focus going into the year.
We can't have an interview with yourself without talking about Rolls. He often says seeing the way that you've progressed as a player is one of the proudest achievements of his career. I mean, how does that feel to hear something like that from a head coach as good as him?
It's mad because he never praises me like to my face. He always does it publicly, doesn't he? So no, it's nice. It's no secret how close we are, and like I said before, no one gets the best out of me other than him. But when he said that, yeah, it was pretty special. But I think it's probably a nice journey for us both, I think, because we've both had our critics throughout the years, and to see us both doing well at the moment is pretty nice, and things we can reflect on. Obviously, tough times in both our careers. To be in Super League now at the top of our game is nice to see, and even for him and his family, I've seen him and his family go through some tough times, obviously, with his coaching career. So it's nice to see him thriving and doing well, and it's nice to play a small part in his success also.
Everyone knows the ambition of this team is to win trophies. I'm not going to bore you with the same question, but for you personally as a player, how much is that a motivation?
It's the only motivation. I see my heroes growing up and seeing how much they win trophies and how many trophies they have won. I'd just be happy winning one. I think this club needs a trophy to really kick on and become a real big club. I think it's slowly building to be one, but we need to win something. We can't keep saying it. We can't keep being the nearly guys and be happy with just getting playoffs. I don't think that's good enough. I think as much as we improved in elements last year, we didn't make playoffs. We didn't win a trophy. So for me, that's a failure. And I think if you look at all the best players in the world and across the country, it's about how many trophies they win, and that's all they care about. So my motivation is to win a trophy and nothing else.
And just switching away from the pitch a second, you're someone who's very passionate and vocal about improving rugby league as a package. With IMG's introduction, what do you think the future of this sport looks like?
I think there's been worrying signs, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think IMG really need to get a grip of it. I think there's elements of it what are really good, what they can really get hold of and really improve the game. I think there's elements of it which we're probably just playing at a little bit and not really going full throttle with it. I think we're probably at a crossroads in our game where we need to improve massively. We need to make it a big sport. Obviously, being involved in I know you'll go on to it, but being involved in the women's football game and seeing how big that has got within 3 years, it shows it can be done. I speak to my manager quite regularly about how we can improve the game, and there's a lot of people out there who want to improve it. We do. We don't want to let it go stale, but I went to obviously the England football game and comparing it to the England rugby game. I think there's some real differences in the quality of the event, not the product. Because I think everyone knows rugby league is a great product, one of the best products in the world, but I just think we can do a lot better. And what I do, I urge obviously IMG to get players involved, because we do want to help it. Get everyone involved you can, because players want this sport to be massive, and I believe the product is good enough to do that. I just think we need to tap into the right people and players and get players helping a lot more, because we don't really get asked to do a lot of stuff. But players would be more than willing to help, and I think that the real superstars of our game can really help push and make our sport bigger and give the credit it deserves and the exposure it deserves.
And not just all the media work, you obviously run the players player alongside the rugby. I was seeing the work elite athletes in other sports had an influence on your game.
Yeah, it's funny because I love that side of it, looking after players and representing them and doing all that kind of stuff, and probably protecting them really. It was funny because when I first set it up, my agent told me to go nowhere near it. He said it's one of the worst jobs in rugby league. So, but I've strictly kept it to football, which has probably helped me massively. Just the fact that they trust me with their career is nice. It's really humbling that when things go wrong, they turn to me. And I'd like to think I've gone through enough in my career where I can kind of give that advice and knowledge that which is useful to them. Because again, I've not had it all my own way in my career. I've had to go through some tough times as well, and different scenarios, which is difficult for young players to go through. So I'd like to think I'm well versed and in a good position to give advice to young players. And the fact they trust me with a lot of stuff is really nice. And seeing one of your players play for England at Wembley is I never thought it could get close to that. So seeing that happen, I kind of get the feeling of when my mum and dad watch me play, how good it feels now and how special it feels. So that's pretty special feeling, and one that obviously I want to last forever. And ultimately, it came from a position where I didn't want to let any players kind of go through a day of what I went through. So there's been some tough moments in my career, and hopefully the players don't go through any of that what I went through, and I can help them through them tough periods.
And your connection with our supporters is pretty special. As a Salford fan yourself, how does it feel to get that back in?
Yeah, mega. I think it's really fun, isn't it? Because you never know the true, obviously, evaluation of it, because you're a Salford fan. So you never you don't know if they're doing it just because you're a Salford fan or because you're actually playing well. So, but it's nice. I think all them people are, I said before, are my people. I think we are on the cusp of something pretty special. I just think we need to break it down a little bit further and probably more of a mentality shift. I think if we all buy into that we're a big club and we can win things. It doesn't just start with one player. I think it starts with a team, a coach, a board, a chairman, a fan group. I just think there's an element of it where we can all buy in together and really achieve something special. We're in the heart of a massive city, and so much exposure what we can get ourselves. I think we're actually a really attractive club. I think if we do things the right way, I think we're really attractive. So I get it. I think success also will force that and bring more exposure. But the success is also down to the team. We need to win a trophy, and I think my goal for the next 3 years will be win a trophy.
Just took the words out of my mouth. I was just finally going to ask you here for the long term now. What does the perfect next 3 years look like for yourself? Just trophies?
Yeah, just trophies. I think that's how we, as players, we're judged on. I think I'd love to help out and get involved with the growth of the club and help any way I can, because I think there's a real market to be broken into. I think we're doing some really good things off the field, which is mega, and it's refreshing to see, to be honest. So I think we've got some good people involved now who really want to push our club on and really expand us. So as much as I'm probably going to be influential to all that kind of stuff, being off the field, being used for that element of it, I never want to lose focus on what I want to do on the field, and that's win a trophy, because I feel like winning a trophy will make everyone's job a little bit easier in regards to making this club as big as it should be.
Perfect. Ryan, we're all delighted you've decided to stick around, and I'm sure the supporters will share the same sentiment. Congratulations on a fantastic season personally, and all the best for the next few years.
Thank you.